Okay, so I wanted to make a Cuphead tier list just so because we're in the Cuphead series right now, so I just thought it was the right time to talk about how hard the bosses are, or actually easy the bosses are. Some of them are pretty easy. We'll do regular first of all, and then I'll swap around with expert because there's a few changes in expert that makes things a bit more difficult. So let's just jump into it. So first world we have okay, I'm just gonna take the carrot because the potato and the fucking yeah, that guy. Yeah, no, they're complete jokes. So yeah, the root pack's actually gonna be actually easy because it's a very easy boss. Same with Goopy. It'll go to actually easy. I don't think there's much to say about these two. They're just the tutorial bosses pretty much. They're they're very very easy. And I will even put Cagney in actually easy. Cagney's pretty easy, but I think Cagney's definitely harder than these two. Or actually, you know what? You know what? Yeah, I'll. Can I move it down? Thank you. Yeah. I think that's more fair. Okay. And after that, in the first one, we have the frogs. The frogs, I'm gonna put them in not that bad for the regular mode, and I'll actually put Hildeberg in can be hard actually. She can be pretty difficult, especially on your first playthrough. Uh, basically, there's a lot of stuff to avoid, and she's pretty unpredictable. There's a lot of things you have to consider with her. The fact that she can turn into three different forms and you don't know which form she's gonna take can be pretty difficult. Some forms are harder than others. You know that she's probably gonna use the bowl in regular, which is easy as fuck to avoid. But then you have Gemini and Sagittarius, which are pretty fucking terrible. And the last phase is pretty hard. The UFOs are pretty hard to get through. So yeah, I can say that I can see her being hard. And the frogs are definitely harder than these three. So they're not that bad, but they can be pretty troublesome, especially the slot machine. Uh, then we have Baroness Von Bonbons. I'll put in not that bad. I don't think she's that hard. I used to think she was really hard on my first playthrough. For some reason, she gave me a lot of trouble. But now I can see her that she's pretty much similar to the frogs. Like the first phase is pretty easy. Then you have the last phase, which is just a mess. The genie. Where's the genie? Where is the genie? There is the genie. Yeah, you go there. He's not that bad on regular. On expert though, we're gonna talk about the genie on expert later on. I don't think the genie is really that bad to be honest. I found Hildeberg harder on regular. The main difficulty about the genie is the fact that it takes so long to defeat that you will probably do a couple mistakes. Uh, the clown's actually is actually pretty easy. Not gonna lie, I think the clown is pretty easy. Like I said, the horse with the train, that's bullshit, but that's the only bullshit part. Other than that, the boss itself, I don't really think is difficult at all. The patterns are pretty easy to learn. The boss doesn't really attack really fast. All of his attacks can pretty much be destroyed except for the horse, like I said. The horse is garbage. Wally going not that bad. Same thing as the genie, not as bad as Hildeberg, but still not too bad. But I'll put him, you know, above these. I think Wally's a bit harder than these, especially for the last phase. The last phase is garbage. It literally throws garbage at you, so yeah, it literally is garbage. The dragon can go in very hard. I think the dragon is definitely a step up from the other bosses, on at least on regular. The dragon is definitely something. It's definitely a very memorable boss. The bees can be hard. The bees can definitely be difficult. I don't think they're that bad after replaying them, but yeah, they can be a mess. Werner Verman's really easy. Is actually really easy. One of the easiest bosses in the game. Same with the pirate. The pirate and Werner Verman are really easy. I think they're easier than Cagney, and that's saying something. Um, then we have Dr. Carl's robot, which can go straight up here. That boss is a piece of shit. Same with you. Yeah, you two are pieces of shit. They're pieces of shit. They're the pieces of shit of regular mode. They are the absolute cancer bosses. Like they're absolutely terrible to fight. Uh oh, and we have everyone from the Phantom Express. I'll only rank with this guy because it's the face of the train. The Phantom Express is actually easy. Like it's actually a pretty easy boss. Um, then we have where do I put you? I wouldn't say she's actually easy. She has pretty difficult attacks to avoid, but she's definitely not hard. So yeah, I'll put you in not as bad. Now we have the last two bosses in the game, and I will say King Dice is very hard, and the Devil is absolutely garbage as well. So I would go like that. Like the Devil is really hard, and King Dice is definitely a very difficult boss. Calling him easy will be a sin. I'm surprised the Dragon actually ranks at as a top 5 hard boss, but on regular it makes sense to me. Now we'll do expert. We haven't seen expert yet. Oh my god. I'll zoom out because I can't do anything. Clear row. Oh, okay, it was there, I think. Maybe I'm being stupid. Am I being stupid? I'm being stupid. Alright. Gotta clear the rows because I want to keep my tiers like that. Alright. Now we'll do expert. And on expert, what happens on expert? Well, first of all, the bosses have more health and they move faster. They're overall faster, but some bosses get more shit than that. You are not one of them. Neither are you. You two remain jokes. They are still really easy. Though the potato attacks really fucking fast. Like you're probably gonna hit by the potato first time, your first time on expert. You're gonna get surprised how fast that goes. But they're still jokes compared to the rest on expert. Cagney is still easy. It's still a very easy boss. Hildeberg remains and can be hard. She can be difficult. I wouldn't say she's very hard, but she's definitely, well, I don't know. And by expert standards, she remains and can be hard because if she wasn't that, or if she didn't change that much, she would have been not that bad. But what happens is that the little zeppelins, the purple and green ones, yeah, half of them are gonna be green ones now, and they shoot 5 cannonballs, which is complete garbage. So yeah, she becomes really more difficult, but she's still not too bad compared to the rest. Then we have the frogs. The frogs actually become can be hard. They go up in this tier because the frogs start attacking both at the same time, and the slot machine is cancer. It's absolute cancer. I would say they're even harder than Hildeberg now. The frogs become actually difficult on expert. You're gonna see, guys, but it's complete garbage. Um, Baroness Von Bonbon. The beans start appearing right off the bat instead of after the first boss, the first mini boss dead. But she's still really similar to what she used to be. That's probably the only change. I think that's the only change, actually. That the beans start appearing right off the bat. Other than that, well, she has more health and is faster, but that's everyone. Um, then we have the Genie. The Genie becomes very hard. The Genie becomes, I wouldn't even say hard as balls. The Genie becomes one of the hardest bosses in the game. The Genie, the Genie and Wally. For some reason, these two get complete steroids and become absolute cancer on fucking expert. It's actually insane how hard they become. Uh, why? Well, their attacks are just so fucking fast. It's so hard to avoid them. Compared to Hildeberg, which it's mostly the green zeppelins that start appearing and shoot just millions of cannonballs at you. These guys, there's way to cheese them, and now there's no way to cheese them like on regular. You just get fucked. Wally especially, like Wally is just complete. It's just cancer. It's horrible. Like these two are the hardest to S rank, definitely. Um, the clown remains not that bad. Like it was actually easy. Now I would say, well, easy. Because he doesn't change that much. Yeah, I think I'll keep him there because he really doesn't change that much. He really doesn't get a lot. The dragon actually becomes easier. He's the only boss. Yeah, he goes into not that bad. He's the only boss that becomes easier on expert. The reason for that being is that they changed the cloud's direction. They moved to the other way, which means the first phase is going to be much harder because they move towards him, but then the last two phases become way easier because they move away from him. Like having the clouds move away from Rich Matchsticks is really fucking useful. It makes him really much less of a threat, pretty much. Uh, so having that change actually makes the fight easier. I don't know why um the clouds move direction. It should have been the other way around. I think Grid Smash 6 should have had its expert variant on regular and the other way around, because other than that, it doesn't really become faster. It gains more health, I believe, and yeah, the, the big change is that the clouds move on the other direction, and that makes the fight a whole lot easier. So it's really weird. Grid Match 6 is really weird. Um, the bees. The bees are very hard. The bees are absolutely terrible. On expert, they become complete cancer. Legit, you want to die. Uh, Werner Verman remains actually really easy. Same with the parrot, they remain easy. The Phantom Express, I would say, is not that bad. He's becomes a bit harder, but he's not that bad still. Same with you. I would say the train becomes a bit, I don't know. Yeah, probably like this. Oh, these two. These two remain really hard, but I would say hard as balls, because this time around we have bosses that are harder than them. I would go like this. Yeah, yeah, like that. Because I think Calamari is harder on expert than Dr. Carl on expert. Because Dr. Carl, by this point, if you manage to get to expert, you know how Dr. Carl works. You know how the bullet hell of an attack he has on the last phase works. You know how to get used to that. You just need to concentrate and just calm down. Everything's gonna be fine. And yeah, so it becomes a bit more manageable on expert, even though it's technically harder. Your skill level is much higher now. And then we have the final two. King Dice remains very hard. And the Devil, eh, I would say is very hard. I don't want to say hard as balls. I think these two just really take the cake on expert. So yeah, that was a tier list for both the regular and expert. Hope you enjoyed.